Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Ryan Heelan, and today's guest is former Division I basketball player Zach Hodskins. Zach, thanks for being on the show.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So, tell people a little bit about where you're from and just the journey you've been on over the course of your life.
I was born in Lexington, Kentucky in 1996. I'm 24 right now, but I come from a real sports-oriented family. Growing up playing baseball, soccer, I know how to surf, but then, once I found basketball at a young age, me and my father just stuck with it, and I know I wanted to play at some of the highest levels one day.
Now, I know I told you just a second ago I'm from North Carolina, but I moved to Louisville, Kentucky, so I am a Cards fan. Are you a Cats fan growing up or what?
Oh, we are a big Cats family. You got to be if you're from Lexington, Kentucky, so we bleed blue.
Hey, well, tough year for you guys, but it's all right. You can let us have 1 year. That's not so great for you guys.
It is a tough year.
You said you fell in love with basketball at a young age. When did you start playing? When you were like 5, 6?
Exactly, around 5 or 6 when I could kind of comprehend what I was doing, and we picked the ball up right away.
Right. Now, you started playing and you go through middle school, high school. When did you realize, oh, this is something I'm really good at? And when was the goal to make it to the next level of Division I college basketball?
It really clicked freshman year. I really kind of picked out a goal I wanted, which was Division I basketball. Dumped all the other sports, stuck with basketball every day, and I fell in love with it. It was a habit of mine, getting in the gym and really chasing after a dream.
Now, was that a tough decision? Because I know for kids who just play a bunch of sports, it can be hard to pick one or the other. Was that hard for you to just pick basketball and stop playing the other sports?
It was pretty easy for me because I was very high maintenance, very high energetic kid. So, once I found basketball, I was done with baseball, done with soccer. Basketball had that energy that matched my personality.
Right. So when you're playing in high school, when did you start getting recruited by Division I schools?
So about my junior year of high school, leading into my senior year, that summer where I started playing travel basketball a lot. I really filled out, hit a growth spurt, and was playing against some of the highest competition in the country, playing against guys that were getting recruited by Division I schools, and that's kind of how you get seen yourself. So played really well against those guys and got some offers.
Right. Now, your journey is pretty special. Why, what do you want people to know about what you've been through and kind of how that shaped you as a human and as a basketball player?
Yeah, it's just the mental mindset that I put myself in every day. It just takes a lot of hard work and a lot of tunnel vision. You got to really believe in yourself. And I say that for anybody else that's out there chasing their dream, really keep your head up and believe in yourself. And the journey and the goal at the end is all worth it.
Right. So when you're growing up, I'm sure there's a lot of things that you're dealing with mentally and individually. How did you stay so strong through all that stuff?
You got to have a network of people that you really trust, so that you can kind of outlet to really tell your true feelings. And I had a nice outlet of a family, coaches, and mentors in my life that helped me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when did it when was the decision Florida, and what were the other schools that were recruiting you, and why Florida? How did that process work?
At Florida, after a bunch of D2 and D3 offers, once those accumulate, it starts making noise at each level. So they're like, oh, this guy's getting a bunch of offers here. So it kind of started making noise at Division I, and Florida was the first one to hit. And my goal was to play basketball in Florida, hopefully, if I got an offer. And coming from, boom, Division I and in Florida, everything kind of panned out. And I got to play for a Hall of Fame coach at the time in Donovan. So all the correct things were there, so I picked it.
Right. So you come onto the scene, you're a freshman, you're a walk-on, you're under a Hall of Fame coach. What is your impression of that program, of Coach Donovan, of just being a D1 basketball player?
Overwhelming at first. I mean, people don't realize how much attention we get. We're working directly under Gatorade and Nike, and that coach in himself and Billy Donovan, he's an intimidating guy for an 18-year-old kid.
Right.
So I was a little in over my head, and it was a big adjustment, but after, the 4 years there, man, I wouldn't take it back for anything.
Yeah, no. And, I have a couple friends who went on to play college basketball, and one of the biggest things that they had to adjust to was the time commitment. High school basketball and travel basketball is one thing, but when you play D1 basketball, you commit your whole life to that for, however long you're there. It's a full-time job, basically, without, of course, the money. So what was the hardest adjustment going from high school AAU to now you're all day, every day for your whole life?
You said it. It's just time management and really buying into the process. So you got to really love the sport that you're doing, really trust it to play at that level.
Yeah. So were you at Florida for all 4 years?
I was. I played for my first two, and I just got my degree the last two.
Okay. So what was one of the coolest memories you got to experience as you were a basketball player at Florida?
Two. One was scoring my first points, and the second one was being able to provide tickets for my family so that they could come watch me play at Rupp Arena, which is Kentucky Wildcats, because we're from Lexington and they love it so much. So for them to see me on the floor, it was just like all the dots clicked and it was perfect.
You've been featured on ESPN, SportsCenter, Ball is Life, all these, conglomerates of the sports world. That's every kid's dream growing up, is to be on SportsCenter. What was that like for you when you got to see yourself and your name on TV?
Sounded fake. You hear like SportsCenter and then Zach Hodskins. You're like, that doesn't go together. So it was really cool. Always with my family, getting to see it all happen and seeing it unfold it's still unreal just to see your name on that TV show.
Yeah. Now I saw, you had this video with Ball is Life kind of go viral last week, and I love that do you play with a chip on your shoulder? Because when you play intense, you obviously played at one of the highest levels, but it's just pickup. But do you always go out with the mindset of, I'm gonna bust your butt and I'm gonna win?
I try to say it's like a magic trick or something. It's like people see, it's something that you could see and you say, oh, like I could do that. And then you actually try it and then you can't. So people see me online and they're like, oh, you could just force him left, or you could just do this and stop him. And then they play me in real life, and that's not the case. I'm a lot bigger and faster, and I can do a lot of things. So I like to see people's reaction when they actually end up getting burned or beat by me, and they thought initially that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. Do you feel like a little bit, I don't want to say disrespect, but just like when you walk on the court, I'm sure guys are kind of eyeing you like, oh, I'm not sure, we're not going to pick him, but then you go out and you give him 20 points a game. Does it motivate you in a way?
Target me for sure.
Wow.
So nowadays, with the videos going viral, a lot of people know me when I go to these public parks. Right. So they're out to like try to guard me really hard and foul me and stuff like that. So they've been trying to get in my head recently.
Well, keep doing what you're doing, because every clip I see, you're crossing dudes up and you're hitting threes. So it's really cool to see. So what are some of your goals? You've been on this journey for your whole life, but moving forward this next year, what do you kind of want to start doing?
Due to the coronavirus, overseas opportunities have kind of been halted.
Right.
So I'm sure, the past year or two, you've seen a lot of like basketball influencers come to rise on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So, during the pandemic, when everything was shut down, I just started filming and said, why not me be one of these influencers? And it's been taken off. So hopefully the goal is get some sponsorships, keep growing a fan base.
Right. Well, you seem like the kind of person who, when they have a goal to reach, they don't let anything stand in their way. So, I'm sure you're going to kill it doing something like that. So
thank you.
Now, last question before I let you go. Who was your role model in your life? Because you've had this incredible life and you've inspired millions of people, but who was the person who inspired you?
I'm going to be cliche here and say my father. He's just, dude, the way that he empowered me as a kid and not held me back, like try to help me do stuff, taught me so much. And, I couldn't thank him enough. So it was because of him I am a confident person.
Yeah. Well, shout out to your dad. He raised a great man, and I'm sure, you guys have a great relationship. So make sure you go follow Zach on all his social medias, guys. Look out for his videos everywhere. They're dominating the internet. And make sure you follow me for more great interviews. Thank you for watching.